Hello everyone, welcome back to another video from Bioholic. Hope you all are doing well. So in this video, I am going to talk about the phylum Echinodermata. Now before jumping to this video, I want to remind you, after watching the full video, make sure you check the description box below because there is a link of self-assessment test. Now let's begin. So the Echinodermata are one of the most beautiful sea creatures, and the Echinodermata literally means the spiny or prickly skinned, because this term comes from two Greek words. One is the echinos, which means spiny, and the other one is derma, which means skin. So it literally means spiny or prickly skinned. Okay. And the animals of this phylum are spiny bodied, as I have mentioned. So they possess an endoskeleton or the internal skeleton of calcareous ossicles. What is calcareous ossicles? Calcareous ossicles means small bones embedded in their skin. Okay. Now they are free living. Okay. So there are no parasitic form found in them. Okay. And they are exclusively marine, and usually they live at the bottom of the sea. So they are known as bottom dwellers. Okay. Now here is one of the most interesting features of echinoderms, that is they have mutable connective tissue which can rapidly polymerize from stiff and hard to soft gel and vice versa. Okay. Now we will talk about some basic features of the echinoderms. So at first, the general features. So the adult echinoderms are radially symmetrical, but their larvae are not radially symmetrical. They are bilaterally symmetrical. So this is very important. Adult ones are radially symmetrical and the larvae are bilaterally symmetrical. Okay. And they have the organ system level of organization with the triploblastic germ layers and unsegmented body with true coelom. So they are true coelomate. And they also have a pentamerous radially symmetrical body along with the 5 axes. Okay. Next we will talk about some other features. So now the water vascular system. So the water vascular system is one of the most important features in the echinoderms, and these are the modified part of the coelom consisting of a system of canals which are filled with watery fluid. Okay. So this water vascular system consists of madreporite. So what is madreporite? Madreporite is a kind of perforated plate which is also known as sieve plate, and these allow the seawater to enter into the system of echinoderms. Okay. And also this vascular system consists of the stone canal, ring canal, radial canals and tube feet. And each tube feet can be distinguished into 3 regions, like the rounded sac-like ampulla, middle tubular podium and a cup-like sucker at the end of the podium. Okay. And now the functions of this water vascular system. So first function is the locomotion. So the body of echinoderms is moved by the stepping action of the tube feet, which are alternatively adhered to and released from the substratum on which the animals move. And this happens when the water enters and exits. Okay. Next function is capture and transport of food. So the prey is captured and held in the position of the arms and tube feet. Then the food is taken in and transported in their body. And the last function is respiration. So as we all know, gills help in the respiration. But in case of echinoderms, the 2 feet also serve as the equivalent role of gills during the respiration. So the thin walls of the 2 feet help in the respiratory exchange of the gases like oxygen and carbon dioxide. Okay. And now the other features like the digestive system. So the digestive system in echinoderms is complete with 2 separate openings like the mouth and anus. And the digestive system lies along the dorsoventral axis of their body. And the mouth lies on the lower or oral side and anus lies on the upper or aboral side of their body. And in case of digestion, the tubes grab into the food. Then the food inverted in their stomach, and then the juice or the enzymes are secreted that digest the food. Then they reabsorb the digested food through their mouth under the center. Okay, and then the waste product are wasted out by the aboral sided anus. Okay, so now the excretory system. The echinoderms do not have the specialized excretory system. So the excretory product diffuses out from their body tissues into the coelomic fluid, and from there they are finally eliminated out. Okay, so they are lack of excretory system. Okay, and now the nervous system. So they also have the decentralized nervous system. Their nervous system is not that much superior. They have the radial nerves run under their ambulacra or the legs, and some central nerve ring surrounds their gut. Okay, and they also don't have some specialized sensory organs, but they have the light sensitive eye spots, sensitive tentacles at the tips of their arms, and some small patches of cells which are sensitive to some extent chemicals and some touch. Okay, and now finally the reproductive system. So most of the echinoderms are dioecious, meaning they have separate female and male individuals. But there are some exceptions. Some of them are hermaphrodites also. Now each arm contains 2 gonads which release gametes, sperms and ova through opening called the gonoducts, okay, which is located on the central body between their arms. And their fertilization is obviously external because this takes place in the seawater. And their mature gametes are shed freely in the surrounding seawater where the fertilization takes place. Okay, and their development is indirect with free swimming bilaterally symmetrical larva. The larva is bilaterally symmetrical. Okay, and now here are some examples of the echinoderms like the sea cucumber, brittle star, sea star, sea urchin and feather star. Okay, and at last here are some interesting facts about the echinoderms, like an echinoderm can regenerate its body parts. So the echinoderms have a special kind of property of regeneration. They possess the remarkable ability to regrow their lost limbs or other body parts or even the internal organs. So when attacked, many will gradually regenerate a damaged limb after the wound has closed up. Okay. Now another thing is some echinoderms feed by ejecting their stomach. So starfish in particular will digest their prey by extruding their stomach through their mouths. Okay, so many species favor the shellfish, especially using their 2 feet to grip and prey open the shell. Now the starfish then ejects its stomach into the shell when secretes the digestive juices or enzymes to dissolve the contents, and before sucking it back up into its body along with its liquidified meal. Okay? Now, if you have any questions or doubts related to today's lecture, then ask me in the comment section below. And if you want to do your self-assessment test, then go and visit the link in the description box below. And if you find this video helpful, then give it a big thumbs up and share it with others. And if you are new here, then hi, myself Ankita Biswas, your bioeducator. Please subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to get further notifications of our upcoming videos. So that's all for today. Thanks for watching. Until then, take care and keep watching Bioholic.